Hey, welcome back to the channel. On this episode, we're going to discuss what me and my uncle and my brother have come up with as a reason for the accident, kind of what happened. We're going to find out a lot more this Saturday. So today is Wednesday. On Saturday, I work at a car dealership. I'm going to put this vehicle on a rack, and after I get on the rack, we're going to measure the frame. We're going to look for if it's bent. We're going to look for leaks in the fuel system, look for leaks in the brake system. Something that did happen during the accident is the transmission. It's busted. That's the best I can say. I'm not a mechanic. I did a little bit in high school, but my level of skill is so low. Obviously, you've seen my body work in the last video. Gotten little comments about that, but it is what it is. Anyway, so we're gonna pull the transmission out of this car. It is leaking like crazy. If I put a quart in it, I get a quart on the floor. So I don't know if the transmission cracked at the top, the bottom. We're gonna see it on Saturday. I'm gonna film that and then get that on this channel too. This one is gonna be about the car, and kind of giving you guys little updates on what we're doing. First and foremost, to thank you guys so much for the support. Me and my brother have had this channel for a little while. We were doing a lot of stuff with Harleys with it, and it wasn't really growing. I posted that video, and from my point of view, it's gone bananas. I've gotten a lot of subscribers. Thank you guys so much. That helps. Maybe one day I can, do this permanently. That's not the goal. That's not why I'm posting this. I actually posted this because I know a lot of my grandfather's friends wanted to know what was going on with the car, and I don't know them. So as I posted, they're sharing it and it's getting around. So it's been really good for those guys to see that this car's legacy isn't going to end with that tragic day. It's going to continue. Anyway, let me get you up to speed with what we're doing. Okay, so here's the hood. I remember the day that I shot the first video, the hood was missing off the car. It was a really frantic day, and I had so much going on. I was 2 states away from home. I had 1 day to get everything done. So I didn't actually film getting the hood. But what had happened was the vehicle was originally towed by a tow company in Hesperia, California. No, sorry. It was towed in Barstow. It originally went to the Barstow tow yard, and then CHP went and did a little investigation on the car. They were trying to determine what happened. I actually never got that report, so I don't know what they've concluded. But when CHP was there, they removed the hood out of the car. When the car rolled on its side, my Uncle Kelly was at the accident scene. He picked up the hood, put it in the car, and then when CHP did their investigation, they pulled the hood out. They set it on against a fence at the tow yard, and nobody put it back in the car. So when State Farm came and picked up the car, they took it to the auction yard. I guess it's less expensive for the insurance if they have that at their yard. Anyway, so we got a hold of the original tow company. Thank goodness they didn't throw this thing away, because it's actually in really good shape. So you can see no major issues. I believe it got these scratches here from the accident. I know for sure these are from the accident. These guys are from Zeus fittings that my grandpa had installed. I guess the original hinges that hold the hood, he didn't feel safe at the speeds the car was capable of going, so he put those in. So I have all the pieces to put this back on the car. Let's talk about these fenders. So we've been reaching out to people that know a lot about Willys, and there's a pretty famous guy in California. I wouldn't say famous, well known in the Willys community. This guy, his name is Don, and last name starts with a W. Anyway, Don has fenders for me. We have secured the fenders. They're gonna get picked up in the next couple of weeks, and then I will end up with them. The fenders are in California. I'm in Utah. So eventually those will be here. Hopefully, when I get them, I'll hopefully be further along with the car and I'll actually need them. At this point, it's one of the last things I need, but I'm happy to have found those because I guess, a long time ago, maybe like the early 90s and late 80s, building Willys was kind of popular. People were doing it, and it's kind of not the cool car anymore, which makes sense because these cars, they're from the 30s. So the guys that thought they were cool and like they're my grandpa's age, and guys my grandpa's age, I know that there's some that are still out there doing it. Obviously, my grandpa was one of them. They're not building these anymore. I think the people that are my age are building cars from the 70s and 60s. Okay, so I'm inside the Willys now. This is the discussion that me and my brother and my Uncle Kelly were having. You're going to notice this is the shifter, brake pedal, gas pedal, and I'm just going to grab the shifter. I'm not going to touch anything, and you're going to see I can just move this guy around. It doesn't matter. It has nothing to do with the key. It has nothing to do with any lockout to eliminate a shift. These cars are really small. I'm not very tall. I'm 5'7". So if I'm in this car, I would say I'm going to have my knees like this, kind of intruding on my passenger. So if I'm going to press the gas pedal, I'm going to put my foot here. And what we're thinking was a contributing factor to the accident was this guy would be back 1, 2, 3, and foot would be here at the gas pedal. So there's not very much room between my leg and this shifter. And if you do any movement whatsoever, you can move this shifter around. So my guess is, and I'm thinking that he had bumped this and it went into neutral like that. And when it went to neutral, I think he grabbed it and there we went to reverse. I can't conclude that's exactly what happened. It just makes the most sense because from eyewitness accounts, the vehicle was going down the highway at 65, 70 miles an hour. The back wheels then locked up and the car lost control. And I've had the vehicle up on jack stands. The rear end is loose. You can spin the one tire, both of them are spinning. There's no noise coming out of the rear end that's leading me to believe that it ever seized up and locked up. So based on the back wheels stopping and the car then sliding around like it's on ice, we're concluding that this shifter was the issue. We're thinking that it accidentally got knocked into neutral, and then upon grabbing it, it went into either a reverse or park. And I know I've had a vehicle that I've actually gotten to go into park before, and you get the tick, 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 because the parking pin's just not lining up. Unfortunately, in this case, something was able to stop the rotation and get those back wheels to lock up. So from what I'm told, this motor is a 327. The transmission's a turbo 350. I've already sourced a new transmission. There's a shop here in St. George, Utah, that they put a 4-speed into a car and had a 3-speed sitting on the shelf. So it's a used transmission. Supposedly doesn't have a lot of miles on it. I went and picked it up today. It's going to go in this car on Saturday. So like I said, I work at a dealership. I'm going to take it to work, put it on a lift, and then do a transmission swap Saturday. I am going to film that. Once I'm in there, I'm going to film underneath the car. We're going to measure. We're going to see if anything is out of alignment, and we're going to look for leaks or damage underneath the car. That video is to follow this one. I'm trying to be more consistent on my post. I am a working husband and father, so I don't get to spend all my time doing this. But it is something that's going to get filmed and put on the channel for you guys. Like I said, I appreciate all of the comments. I appreciate everybody being supportive. Like I said, I am an absolute amateur. I have absolutely no clue what I'm doing. But if I want this car to run and be fixed, this is the only way I can afford at the moment to make that happen. So that's it for this episode. I just wanted to let you guys get a brief update of what was happening and the length of time between this video and the original video is a little bit more than I was hoping. It's really hard to find parts. And if you don't have a really big checking account, then you have to find the parts that you can afford. And that's what's slowing me down at the moment. But I've gotten some parts and can definitely make the next video. I believe the car will be operational at that point. And once it's operational, it'll be a lot easier to obviously get it in and out of my garage. But besides that, it'll be easier for me to get it to a body shop and have the driver's side fender fixed. I got it where I think I like it, and I think if a real body guy got in there, he can make it look right. And then I can tackle this huge problem. Anyway, please like and subscribe. It's been amazing ever since that first video came out on this car. Totally appreciate you guys. See you on the next one.